G'day guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm just sitting on the tractor here. I've spent the last couple of weeks taking out the scrub of the dam. So we've been irrigating out of this dam for the last 6 months. We haven't had any substantial rain in that time, and it's finally empty. So I've got the opportunity very briefly now to kind of clean out all the trees that have been on the dam wall and all the scrub that's around the dam and really get an excavator in and clean it out. Now, one of the big challenges we have with the design of this place is the rainfall. So normally we don't get much rain for about 6 months of the year, and then it goes into dribs and drabs, and then we get a substantial amount of rain all at once. So historically, not every year, but every couple of years, we'll get a rainfall event of around 200, even up to 400 mil within about a week or 2 weeks, which creates widespread flooding, and then we get nothing. So we need to capture all of that water, and one of the big strategies for that, in addition to the keyline, is good water storage. That's going to help us irrigate out during the dry months and through the drought conditions, and stop any flooding downhill. It really breaks my heart when I see the water just running off the property because our dams aren't big enough to capture it. And it just adds to the problem, really. There's a lot of housing estates going in and around the area, a lot of hard surfaces. There's a major river about 3 kilometres away, and the more hard surfaces, the more of these housing developments go in, the more water's just going to run into that river, the more flooding we're going to have. So it's a real problem, and I don't want to be part of the problem, so I'm going to try and capture as much as I can, so none of the water that comes onto this property leaves the property. Alright, so this is the dam in its current state. You can see it's quite empty, and we've just been cleaning up all of these black wattle and bits of lantana and stuff that's grown. It's been quite neglected over the past 20 years, and that at the back there, that's the dam wall itself. So these trees here are kind of rooted into the dam wall, and what we need to do is we're going to take those down and then get the excavator in when we clean the dam wall out and really recompact this dam wall. Now we are at the top of the hill here, and so you can see already where we've had a big rain that the water's gone straight over the dam wall, and this needs to be repaired, and we're actually going to raise the wall up another 1/2 metre or so. So if this dam fails, basically everything just goes straight down that way through people's properties. The bottom of the hill down there is about 5 or 6 properties down, and I don't want to be liable for that. So these trees here have got to come out, and then we will recompact this dam wall and build it up to give us a bit of headway. Now the reason I left a little bit of water in the bottom here is it is so dry, this soil, that when we come to recompact the wall, we're going to really have to wet it down to get some good compaction. So I've left a little bit of water still in the bottom of the dam, and that's going to give us a capacity to get a decent moisture level in the clay to be able to compact it. Now over this side here, this is the northern side of the dam. It's not the wall as such, and I've left the trees in there, and I'm going to leave the trees there because that's going to provide some shade from that sun and hopefully avoid a little bit of evaporation on our dam. All right, we got all the trees down now off that dam wall. We've broken them down, and you may be wondering what we do with all of the timber that we have. So we do try and reuse as much as we can. So all the leaves and the smaller branches will be mulched and put in our garden pathways. As the limbs get thicker, we chop them up and we'll be using those for firewood. We'll let them dry out and use them for firewood. And then as much as we possibly can, these long kind of limbs and logs, if they're large enough, what we'll do is we'll mill them and we'll use them for building materials. Or the ones this size, we actually will use them just for structure. So we might use them for tomato trellising or poles for some kind, but we do basically use everything on the property. So we try and recycle as much as possible, and really be as regenerative as possible with our materials. This stuff here is what we've kind of been cleaning out around the wall and around the fence lines. It's called black wattle. It's what you call a pioneer species. So it really does a great job at dumping its leaves and really building up some soil, I guess, or some carbon onto the ground to break down into soil. It is prolific. It only lasts about 8 years and then it dies, and it's just a bit of a pain really. In the wrong spot, which this is. So this will come out. This is part of the catchment for the dam. And then as we pan around here, this is the overflow. So this is going to be cleaned up and widened and leveled. And we'll probably put some big rocks in here as well, because it's just going to overflow straight out onto the road there. And we don't want to make that tree fall over. We don't want to do any damage onto the road, so we'll have to come up with a bit of a strategy to really make this friendly, I guess. And you can see here, this is the back of the dam wall and all the scrub in there that we've been clearing. So we've got to get the tractor in. We've already cleared a lot out already. We'll get the tractor in and start pulling it out and putting it in the piles. All right, well, it's been another full day of kind of moving logs and brush around the place, getting them out of this the dam here and off the dam wall, and as you can see, it's looking pretty good. So one more day and I think I'll be able to clean the rest up. Also that pump, the solar pump in behind me, we're going to move that down to the back dam, and on Thursday the poly pipe's going to come for that to join up to the irrigation tank, and that's really going to be the backbone of our irrigation system, is that 2-inch pipe that's coming on Thursday. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. Hopefully by the end of the week this will be surveyed and just waiting on the excavator, but I'll keep you guys in the loop with the progress of this. It is slow going, and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday are generally pretty busy with the business. Doing organic produce deliveries and pickups from farmers, so not much gets done on those days, but Saturday afternoon and Sunday we'll really start hitting it again. But thanks for tuning in. It's just really excited about this project. It really is going to increase our resilience and water holding capacity, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Catch up.